Hello, hello, hola. Uh, Polly here on the slant, and new little haircut I got there. This is really gonna be a series of firsts, and this is gonna be my first little stream, and we'll take it from there. And I just hope to God that y'all can hear me. My name is Polly. This is the slant. The Latino slant is just that. It's my views and my takes on pop culture, film, books, music, art, whatever the genre is. If there is a Latino storyline um, uh, that needs some attention, that deserves to be talked about, I'm gonna talk about it. And I might not have always the most popular view that other people might have, but it's my slant. Mark this now. I believe I had one person watching me for a minute, for a little while. And whoever that one person is, I appreciate you. All right, my friends, be well wherever you're at. Keep your slant strong. Paz, dale gas.
No, he's not Mexican.
He's not Mexican?
No.
What?
Eduardo's from Colombia. When it's a fat taco, then you can't roll the sides like that. So you got the butt sticking out. So you just got to use your. I just use this pinky right here for my seat, and I'm eating. That way, nothing drips out. Zoom in on the pinky. You know, now if stuff does leak out, what you do is with your tortilla, you scoop, right? A lot of people don't do that.
Right.
That's what's so amazing about the tortilla.
Puro chingón en el Zuzuke, ¿no? Where are the jazz hands?
Purple Lady got the moves too. I'm checking you out, Purple.
Yeah.
I got my eye on you now, Mama.
Purple, you dancing?
A little bit, but
She got a little yeah, because I'm sitting up there doing this, and I just happen to get the corner of my eye like, ooh.
Oh yeah. And
I can't figure out which is my good side. But anyhow, I would love for you guys to join us. Please click on the link at 7. Join us on the Latino Slant YouTube channel and show your support. They will be fundraising to help us help more heroes like me.
It means that we were trained. We were really, really trained well. But here's the thing. You get out there in the world and the school of hard knocks, and nobody has the cliff notes to that. So I found myself being really, really comfortable on the stage. And the first time I did TV, it was like, wait, what? Or I remember I started doing short films in New York. And the first time that I saw myself on a big screen, it was a short film. It was actually quite wonderful, but it was called The Window. John O'Oliver directed, and I met some amazing actors on that set that are now directors and writers themselves and producers. Mm-hmm. This is a million years ago in New York, but the point is, it was played on the big screen, short film festival. I remember my parents were there, my best friend Hillary was there, and I graciously excused myself at the end, and I went to the restroom, and I cried my eyes out. Because I said, oh my God, I look like that? I'm never gonna do TV and film. I can't believe I look like that.
I met Steve Berlin, the producer, keyboard player, sax player for Los Lobos. He invites me to a Lobos show. He's a friendly guy. He came out to a show in Portland, Oregon, because I was playing with a super talented singer-songwriter from Portland named Scott Fisher. And so Steve came out to the show, saw us. We met after the show, had dinner, Janet and I, himself, and we just stayed in touch. He said, hey, we're going to be in LA in a couple of months. I'll put you on the guest list. So I went to the show in LA at the where was it? In I forget. Anyways, came out to the show, and that's it. 5 years later, I get a phone call from Steve Berlin. I was doing a recording session in Hollywood. It was late 2011, and he calls and he says, "Hey, Bugs, how you doing? Are you sitting down?" I said, "No, should I?" "Yeah, I think you should sit down. Are you available to play with Los Lobos?" I said, "Absolutely." "Dude, send me a set list. Do me a favor, send me a set list." He sent me 250 songs. And that covered obviously the span of the 40 years that they've been together.
A group of people. So
that's awesome. Because how long have you been doing Latino Slant? How long has it been? How long? I just started my Spanish lessons. Remember I mentioned that the last interview of like, and it's been 2 weeks now, and it's so humbling and vulnerable. And my teacher's awesome because she's so patient. Because I'm like, porque, and you're learning a new language, even though it's in our blood. It's like, dang, this is really humbling, and because you want to communicate so much, but I don't know how to say it yet. But it's so any chance I can get to Latino Slant, a practicar, sí, yes. How long have y'all been doing it? How long have y'all been doing this?
You know what? Officially since April.
Yeah. No, that's the thing I realized too. The soberer I got, it seemed the crazier I got in some ways, because when you drink or you use, that's bringing out something we all already have in us, which is to have that no fear. Because people think, oh, I drink so I'm not afraid, or so I can just get the job done without being in my head. We already have that, and so when you start to get clear and you start to find your triggers, and you kind of, there's a part where you don't care, but you have a conscience. Like, it's not like when you drink you don't care and you really can mess things up. When you're sober and you think, why not? Let me just say this and see what happens. The difference is when you say something sober and say it didn't come over like across too well, and you feel the embarrassment afterwards. You're like, oh, that joke didn't land, or oh, that note was funny. When you're intoxicated or on drugs, you don't care about if it landed or not. You're just like, I said it. So it's getting used to every time you throw something out there, you're in your feelings of whatever it's going to bring up. And then each time you put yourself out there, it gets easier and easier. But that first year of sobriety is really intense. It's really heavy.
I love that Baby Yoda was robbed.
Oh yeah. Let's go around the horn. Nina Diaz.
I'm just happy to be here, and I'm happy to learn about all of these people. And
didn't you in fact date Pedro like 5 years ago?
Yes, I've dated everybody on this list actually. So
oh my God.
It's nice to see people from the past, and I'm looking forward to the future. And that's it.
That's it.
See, I haven't seen, and to my regret, I haven't actually seen the new Blade Runner movie, but I was on a plane and it was playing over, and I kept glancing over, and every time I would look, she'd be there. And I was like, who is this? Oh my God. She'd be on this hologram. I was like, who the hell is this? I yet to have still to see the movie. So now I'm really energized to see it.
Oh, the first time you see her, she's in the main character's apartment. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh, well, that's cool. He comes home and he's got this holographic chick like taking care of him, right? Well, then he's like, I got a present for you, baby. And she's like, oh, really? What is it? Can I have it? And he pulls out this like little thing, and it lets him take her everywhere with him. It's like a mobile projector.
Un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo de contrabando. Ay, 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 ay.
There's so much history. There's so many band members and their families that have all contributed to the history of Santana. It's and then all of the fans. It's a culture. It's and honestly, I didn't really. Because when you join such an energy, just slowly, like I started peeling the onion, slowly day by day. And, a couple years into it, then I started really kind of getting a taste of what this was really about. I joined the band by auditioning. was already working within the music business, and you know, I was signed to RCA Records and RCA BMG, and you know, I was working on an album, and I had you know, had not met Carlos yet, but you know, I had been, you know, recording my own fusion of, you know, Latin funk and, you know, Latin hip hop and things like that. And I went and, you know, into an audition there in San Francisco. I flew from like Miami, where I was at. I was working actually with John Cicada in Miami.
Oh, yeah, one of my favorites.
You know, met him for the first time, and then met the rest of the band. And the, like right before I knew it, you know, he started playing the guitar, and you know, and I just had to jump in, and you know, I looked around and I looked at these band members and stuff, and I saw these new faces, and to then, you know, later on get to know these people, you know, closer than sometimes you feel than family, because you spend so much time with them. You know, that's how I joined the band.
How does that make you feel?
It makes the pain go away.
Hey, look, man, fuck this. I gotta talk to you now. Come on, we gotta talk. Let's talk in the hallway, man. Look, how are we gonna kill those things?
You don't.
What the fuck do you mean you don't?
This movie's so bizarre. So, did you finish watching it, Culture?
Of course, yeah.
Oh.
But I have to say all of these things. First of all, how they let Mickey Rourke keep his manicured nails throughout this blew my mind, and I'm thinking, I don't remember ancient Rome having this level of nail care, so I had a problem with that. Plus his beautiful eyelashes that they added to the Lee press-on lashes. I don't know, but they were like 14 feet long, and I'm thinking, you know, on your eye with the eye patch, you know, and then the eye patch was abandoned at one point.
Right?
I mean,
It was very and then he had two working eyes.
Yeah, and I'm going, what the hell? What was the point of the eye patch?
Yeah, I could not figure that out. I was sitting there and I was ready to go back. Like, no, I don't care enough. But yeah, he just there's the scene where he's there without an eye patch, and it happens right after he's wearing it. And I think there's a hole in it at some point. I can't tell.
But his face got weird, man. I mean,
time. I am the voice of Speedy Gonzalez in the new Space Jam movie. Does this mean they're going to try to cancel Fluffy too? You can't catch me, cancel culture. I'm the fastest mouse in all of Mexico. Wow. Fantastic, right? That's kind of like, it kind of makes you feel good. And it's surprising too, because you're just not used to celebs, comics speaking out, standing up. And Speedy Gonzalez is trending with over 9,975 tweets at this hour. Actor from Mr. Iglesias show, Fabricio.
Hey everybody, how we doing?
Hey.
But it never once crossed my mind that Speedy was something negative. So again, if someone knows facts about Speedy that I don't, or maybe I'm just not seeing it yet, by all means, feel free to go and hit me up in my DMs. But I don't know. I feel like I hope they wouldn't take Gabe out of Space Jam, and
no way.
I feel like if we watch Space Jam, I feel like we're gonna have a good time watching Gabe.
Slant.
7.
Paulie, the answer to why not? The answer as to why not is probably better addressed by Taylor, because he knows the studio system better than any of us. It's because they recognize they don't need to cater to us, because Latino culture, we're not a monolith, right? we, like any other movie-going fan base, love a good story. But they have yet to really understand that our stories are as valid and as entertaining and as humanistic and as compelling and as dramatic or funny or whatever it is that floats your boat as any other story in the world. We haven't gotten to that moment yet, and we need to. So it's up to us really to take on authorship to tell the stories that we want to see. And thankfully, technologically speaking, we have the capability to do that. What we need now is the forum to do it in.